socially distanced capacity. Each classroom will build a community in itself. We will have lunch and breakfast inside of the classroom. Both meals will be provided will be hot. Hand hygiene is going to be of high priority. All restrooms and sinks in the classroom will be cleaned regularly by first-class custodial staff. Here are academic goals for the end of the year for kindergarten. All scholars should know 44 letter sounds and 56 letter names within a minute time frame. They will complete the Reading Mastery kindergarten curriculum. They will write and identify letters and letter sounds. They will also complete all 5 levels of Lexia. They will be able to count to 100 by 10s and 1s. They will be able to write their numbers up to 20 and up. They will be able to add and subtract up to 5, identify shapes, 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional, solve math story problems, and they will complete the kindergarten ST Math curriculum. This is what our arrival procedure for buses will look like. All families will be receiving their bus stops and times by the end of this week. Thanks for being patient with us. You will have a bus stop before the start of school. If you do not, I want you to take this number down and this email so that you may be able to reach out to Ms. Darnell to be able to get additional information from A&S Transportation, which is the bus company that we will use. Any scholar needing to change a bus, it will take at least 2 weeks to make that change happen. One stop will be provided initially, and then if there's a change that needs to happen, you will have to go through Ms. Darnell. This is her phone number on the screen. Write this number down. Reach out to her so that you can make arrangements with A&S for transportation needs. These are the bus expectations. Every scholar will be assigned a seat. Family members will sit together in one seat. They will be asked to wear a mask at all times. We want to make sure that everybody's hands and body is safe on the bus. Upon entering the bus, every scholar will get hand sanitizer. Buses will be cleaned twice a day. We are expecting that scholars use kind language on the bus, and there is absolutely no eating to take place on the bus. This is to limit any additional germs that may take place. On the bus, students must wear their mask. Upon entering the bus, if a scholar does not have a mask, they will be provided to wear a mask. Again, there's no eating on the bus. Students are required to stay in the assigned seat given. Family members will sit together. Increased consequences for not meeting expectations, including removal from the bus and violating COVID regulations. Here's what it will look like, arrival procedure for our car riders. The doors will open at 8 a.m. Someone will greet you at your car. Every scholar will have a temperature check. Also, a wellness check will take place in the car. Please be patient. The line, it will take a while for everyone to have their temperature check. Students are marked tardy at 8:45. Those doors on the side of the building on Rampart and Spain Street will close at 8:45. Anyone dropping kids off after 8:45, you will need to accompany your scholar in the front office to sign them in and have their temperature checked as well. Any scholar that has a temperature of 100.4 or higher, they will be asked to return home. Families can cool down and attempt to try again, or the student should just return home until symptoms have improved. This will be a slow process. I'm going to say again, please be patient. All drop-off students must be screened before they can leave the car. Here's what our arrival procedure will look like. You will drive up upon the Rampart and Spain side. Someone will meet you out. There will be at least 3 teachers out there doing a morning arrival procedure. It will take a while. Again, I'm asking for your patience. We're all in this together. All students upon entering the school will receive screening as they enter the building. That includes a temperature check and food service pickup. All scholars will pick up their breakfast after they have had their health screening, and they will proceed to their classroom. Car riders will have 2 temperature checks, one before exiting the car, one at the arrival station. Students will receive breakfast, and then they will go straight directly to their classroom. In order to remain socially distanced, arrival will move a lot slower and may require students and cars to wait up to 20 minutes. The more we do this, the better we will get at it, and the time will eventually go down, but we want to make sure that we are doing this in the safest way possible for you and your scholar as they are entering in person. If a scholar has symptoms at arrival or they develop throughout the day, they will be moved to a contained space and their families will be notified to be picked up immediately. We are asking all families that if your scholar has any of these symptoms, a fever of 100.4 or higher, that you do not bring them to school. If you have to give a fever reducer, they should not come to school. If your child is nauseous, vomiting, diarrhea, or difficulty breathing, they should not come to school. Someone in your house has been tested for COVID. Someone in your house has been exposed to someone with COVID. They should not attend school. Please reach out to the school immediately and let us know. Go to the doctor and be sure to send doctor's notes to your child's teacher. There are exclusions for COVID-related absences, but the city has not removed our attendance policy and expectation. Scholars are expected to be here and on time every day. At Booker T. Washington Clinic, from 8 to 4, here's their phone number down here. All KIPP New Orleans students can be tested for free. Go ahead and take down that number and that address. That is Booker T. Washington High School. The clinic is open and you will be able to make an appointment to bring you and your scholar to have a COVID test done. The student may be quarantined away from campus for 10 to 14 days under the following conditions. Exposure, meaning the student has been exposed to the person with a positive diagnosis or been around someone who has been tested positive or exposed. Positive COVID test. If a student or anyone in your household tests positive for COVID, you should plan to isolate away from school and notify your student's teacher immediately. COVID-like symptoms. If you are experiencing symptoms of COVID, including fever of 100.4 degrees, difficulty breathing, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. All of these measures will ensure that everyone stays safe if you do not come to school with any of these symptoms or possible illness. If anyone is experiencing COVID-like symptoms, they go home, they stay in isolation. They will be placed in isolation until a guardian can pick them up. So if there is a positive test, the isolation requires the fever, you must be free of fever with no medication for 24 hours, and the symptoms that are exhibited must be improved. 10 days since the first symptom appeared, and notify all close contacts. If there's a negative test, you stay home until symptoms have improved and you're free of fever with no meds for 24 hours. The more we know, the better. Let us work with the Louisiana Department of Health to determine next steps. We are all in this together. Here is our visitor policy while children are in person. Visitors are not allowed in the building for any reason past the front foyer for safety concerns of all scholars, teachers, staff. All conferences and meetings there will happen with your child's teacher via Zoom or FaceTime or phone call. You may reach out to your student's teacher to schedule any Zoom calls. My number and Ms. Durante's number will be provided via text after this conference. Here are some procedures for our dismissals. Early parent pickup. Early checkouts will be available from 9 to 2. In order to check out a student, families must bring an ID for verification. Parents will be greeted outside of the door and asked to wait outside while students come down. If there is a dismissal change that is needed, please call the school before 1:30. If you are a bus rider and would like to change your student to pickup, this needs to happen before 1:30. If not, the front office will close and will not reopen until after dismissal. No same-day bus changes. As I said before, remember, anyone that needs to change a bus schedule, it will take at least 2 weeks for that request to take place. All buses will roll from the school at 3 p.m. Parent pickup will happen from 2:40 to 3:10 in the same space on Spain where they are dropped off in the morning. All parent pickup will now be met at the Spain Street dismissal door, same as arrival. This process will move slowly. I'm asking again, please be patient with us. The more we do this, the better we will get at it. Here is what that looks like again at the Spain Street drop-off, same as in the morning. Remember, attendance is important. If our babies are not here, they cannot learn. They need to be here every day. It is important that your scholar attends and is on time. Every minute matters. Our day is packed with learning. We understand that things happen in life. Please bring a doctor's note. Louisiana has not waived any attendance policy. There are exceptions for COVID excuse absences. The more we know, the better. If your scholar has their uniform, they may wear their uniform to school. During the world of COVID, we understand if your child